What is going on YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and yes, we are back with another Hot 10 list, another video this week talking about 10 of the hottest comics on the planet. Before we get started, guys, like we always do, I want you to click that subscriber button for me if you are not a current subscriber of the channel, because it does help the channel out. And of course, I want you to hit that like button for me if you've been digging that content. But most of all, I want you to go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you think of this list, what you think of the books on this list. Are they overpriced? Are they still underpriced? Do you own them? Do you want to own them? Let me know down below, because I always enjoy talking to the community. Like we always do, we're going to jump right in here at number 10. At number 10 on the Hot 10 list this week is a copy of Batman number 181, the first appearance of Poison Ivy. Now, this book has really shot up over the past couple of years, and a CGC 7.5 recently sold for $3,400, which is actually up 5% since May of this year. To me, anytime you can own a Silver Age Batman key, I'm always a buyer of these books. Now, a 7.5 is a little expensive. I'm probably not going to shell out $3,400, but if I could find a lower grade copy with the pinup, I'd always be a buyer of this book. At number 9 this week is a book that we talked about, I think, in the past couple of weeks, Daredevil number 2, the second appearance of Daredevil, but also the second appearance of Elektra. Now, we know Elektra will be in the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. I told you guys I am a huge fan of this cover. I've been looking for this book for a while, and it's only getting more expensive as the days go by. A CGC 7.0 recently sold this week for $1,080, which is also up 58% since February of this year. Yes, that is right about when there were talk of Daredevil coming to the MCU. Daredevil number 1 has spiked, and now, of course, the second appearance has also gone the way as well. Now, many of you guys who watch my videos know I am not a huge second appearance collector. I only get them if I can pick them up for relatively cheap. However, this is one I've been dying to own for a while. So yes, this is a buy for me. Again, I love this cover. I love that it is an Electro in this book. The beautiful reds of this book really stand out, and it really attracts me to it. And of course, being a Silver Age key is always nice as well. So yes, I am a buyer. At number 8 this week is a copy of Shazam number 28, the second appearance of Black Adam. Now, recently we saw the kind of featurette on The Rock as Black Adam. We know what he's going to look like. I have actually owned this book in the past. I since do not own it anymore. A CGC 6.5 recently sold last week for $500, up 198% since this August. That is quite the jump. I will say this. I sold this book, like I said in the past. I'm not going to go re-add it to the collection. It is still really cheap in my opinion. You can have it for a decent price. However, I would stick to the higher grades. Anything The Rock touches really turns to gold. He really hasn't been in a terrible, money-making movie for a really long time. So if you want to pick up this book, I can imagine it's still going to go higher. I do think it's a good investment. It's just not a book that I'm interested here right now. At number 7 this week is a copy of Fantastic Four number 25, the second appearance of the Silver Age Captain America, which is kind of crazy to me. We all know that Avengers number 4 is the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. CGC 3.0 recently sold last week for $340. It's actually up 94% since July. These second appearances have really been flying off the shelves, and anything Fantastic Four right now is really, really hot. Again, I'm probably not a buyer of this book, even for $340. To me, if you're going to put a nice chunk of change into a book, go buy the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. I do think that's a better buy. I'm not opposed to owning this and adding it to the collection. I'm probably just going to shell out $350 for a low to mid-grade copy of this one. At number 6 this week, it is amazing key, Fantastic Four number 48, the first appearance of the Silver Surfer. Now, this book was on fire about a year and a half ago, and it kind of took a little bit of a break, and it's now starting to creep back up once again. A CGC 1.8 recently sold this week for $1,400, which is actually up 37% since July of this year. Yes, this book is always a buy for me. It is a major character coming to the MCU down the road. We've seen him before in films, just not in the MCU. This book will continue to rise as long as the Silver Surfer keeps showing up in stuff, and I do believe he is a fan favorite character. Once he does show, this book is going to spike even more. This is always a buy if you can find it with no resto and complete. That's the key, guys. At number 5 this week is a book that was on the list last week, Fantastic Four number 67, the first appearance of Cocoon, which later goes on to become him, which later goes on to become Adam Warlock. We got the announcement last week that Mr. Poulter is going to be playing Adam Warlock in the MCU. We are all excited for that. I said on last week's video, I don't know how they're going to introduce him and what his role will be in the MCU going forward, considering they kind of didn't involve him with the Infinity Stones in Infinity War and Endgame. Nonetheless, a CGC 7.5 recently sold last week for a cool $1,000, and that's up 33% since August. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Yes, this book is a buy. Anything Adam Warlock is a buy right now. Thor 165 is the money book. I prefer that book. Then, of course, Fantastic Four 67, and of course, Marvel Premiere number 1. I'd add all three to the collection right now if you can get them under book value. At number 4 this week is another book that was on the list last week, Fantastic Four number 94, the first appearance of Agatha Harkness. We saw her in the WandaVision series. She's going to get her own Disney Plus series in the future, and who knows what Agatha is going to bring to the future of the MCU, and that's why this is a major spec book. I'd always be adding it right now if I can get it undervalued, but it really has jumped up recently. A CGC 8.5 recently sold last week for $870, up 61% since July as well. That is a huge jump in price. You could have found this book for a little bit lower grade for about a couple of $100s not too long ago. Now this book is really taken off. Yes, it's still a buy for me. However, I'm searching out the price and the grade that is comfortable for me before I add it to my collection. I am looking for this one, guys. I am going to add it at some point. I'm just kind of waiting to find the right grade and price, like I said. At number 3 this week is a copy of Fantastic Four number 66, The Origin of Him. Now, like I said, anything Adam Warlock, him related, is really hot right now. This book has been on the list in the past. A CGC 5.0 recently sold this week for $250, which is also up 117% since April of this year. Again, another book I'd like to add to the collection, but I'm really not going to shell out $250 for a mid-grade copy of this book. I'm going to stick with the Thor 165, the FF 67. Those are my two money bucks, and of course the Marvel Premiere number 1, which I already mentioned as well. If you can add this book for cheap, I'm all about doing it. Definitely add it, but I'm not going to shell out what it's asking for right now. If you could find one for a deal, I'd add it. If not, I'd kind of go with the other books, like I said, guys. At number 2 this week is the book we just mentioned, Marvel Premiere number 1, the first time we actually get the name Adam Warlock. He is screaming up all these charts right now. I see a ton of these books on eBay. Be careful for overpaying right now because he is really hot. I'm going to say to you guys, we saw the Cocoon years ago. Why weren't we buying these books back when? They're not going to just ditch the idea. We saw the Cocoon. We knew he was coming. These books should have been bought about a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, whenever that movie came out. Regardless, if you haven't gotten these books, I jump on them right now if you can, but just kind of get yourself a deal. Take your time and find the right book for you. A CGC 5.5 recently sold last week for $450, up 91% just since September. This is crazy, guys. I told you guys I'd definitely add it. Like I said, Thor 165 is the money book. I would say Marvel Premiere number 1 is probably the second, and then FF 67. And then if you want to go past that, then we'll go into FF 66, The Origin. So regardless, this is definitely a buy for me, guys. Pick it up when you can. If you're going to find a raw copy, if you are a good grader, you will always get a better deal buying raw books. And then maybe if you want to send it to one of the grading companies later on, you can do so. At the top spot, what else is it? It is Thor 165, the money book, the first appearance of him, which later goes on to become Adam Warlock. This is like a Adam Warlock heavy list this week, which we kind of expected with the announcement. Regardless, a CGC 2.5 recently sold last week for $400, up 82% since September. So we're talking about almost doubling in a month, guys. This is insanity right now. This is Adam Warlock, Infinity Stone, Guardians of the Galaxy insanity. If you do not own this book, be careful right now. Yes, definitely add it, but don't be paying full price. Look for deals. You can have them, whether it's in a claim sale, whether it's on eBay, whether it's someone you know, your LCS. Don't pay full price. Wait for the right time and find the book that's right for you. That's all I'm going to say. That's this list for this week. You guys let me know in the comments what you think, as always. And this is Lawrence at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.